Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the deciding game here in this best of three between Ninjas in Pajamas and Alliance. And what a series it has been so far, and what a game this is for both sides. This is so important. This is the deciding game. One of these teams will be going home, and one of them, of course, will proceed here, being in this elimination series. And well, what are we seeing? We're seeing the Disruptor being prioritized first by NiP. They follow up with the Gyro. Alliance, they go for their Lesh, and they're going to get their Beastmaster as well this time.
Yeah, good to see the little bit of different hero, not of that Wisp Bane stuff, which, you know, we saw 2 games, was fun to watch, but let's see something else. Disruptor is definitely one of NiP's go-to heroes. When it's great, you're getting pickoffs non-stop left and right, the Static Storm bringing key silences, but we also have seen it when it's bad. The lack of, well, we saw that one game against the Weaver, which you would say that Glimpse is generally good against the Weaver, but he just ran circles around the hero, so we'll see what Alliance cores are, because generally either Disruptor is very good against those cores or he's very soft against those cores. So we kind of have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Clockwork being banned out as well.
Yeah, I guess Alliance, they're going to be running the Beastmaster for Bulldog this time, and realizing the strength of the clock. You know, they obviously respect a lot themselves, picking it quite a lot this tournament, and they're not going to let NiP get their hands on it this time. There's going to be the Earthshaker picked up for NiP. Again, one of those heroes that they've got the flexibility of either running that support Joe with the Disruptor or deciding to opt for that solo lane position as well. And I don't know, man, third pick here for the side of Alliance. What's still left in the pool that they could be opting for? I'm trying to think, but there is still heroes like the Bane. You know, if they wanted to pick it up again, we know Matt, he loves the hero.
Yeah,
and
it's
been in every game so far this series.
Going away from Alliance a bit, I just already really like NiP's draft. Yeah. You got long range, you had great setup. That's one of the weaknesses of NiP's draft previously. Remember that game 1, it was, I believe, Rubik and Ancient Apparition as supports. They can't lock down anybody for... They try so hard. Like, I think Rubik had to get a very late blink for that. But right from the get-go, right from level 1, Earthshaker is going to give you that fissure. That's going to set you up for the call down, set you up for the Static Storm. So team fighting with NiP's heroes so far is going to be much easier. So, and their execution has been pretty much flawless.
Well, it wouldn't be
I think Matt was like, all right, I played Enigma once, I lost the game, let's go back to what I know, let's go back to the Bane. It's definitely a fine hero.
I mean, in terms of controlling these fights, they can have a lot of solo lockdown with the Roar, with the Nightmare, with the Fiend's Grip. If played correctly, they've got the potential to really control NiP's positioning in these fights, which they're going to need to, because NiP, they're going to be looking to jump in head first with the amount of team fight they're bringing to the game so far.
You know, one thing I forgot to mention, and the analysts definitely picked it up, is Invibo was definitely a very key part of shredding that Bristleback. And Invibo, I believe, is one of those spells that you cannot dispel with BKB or Manta or anything like that. So you pop it on the Gyro, he could BKB for all he wants. But if Effing Man levels up that spell, it's 120 minus damage.
That's a lot. That's
a big chunk. With that said, generally he doesn't level it up. I guess it's game to game. It depends on what core he's going up against. We'll see if he does it for Gyro this game.
Good to back to the side of NiP. 4th pick now. We know that they want to go for the bit of the old Wombo combo. Who do you reckon they're thinking about now at this point for their last 2 picks?
For Alliance or
for NiP?
I mean, Darkseer was a big part of that Wombo combo last game.
Yes.
I mean, it's great this game as well, right? You put down that static field, or that big circle, kinetic field, there you go. Vacuum into it. But they're going to pick up a support first. Rubik, a fine support. You get the Beastmaster Roar steal, you get the Bane Fiend's Grip steal.
And so I guess with that, so it's going to be the Shaker solo lane.
So no more Darkseer.
And I'd imagine, do you reckon NiP are going to look to try and match up the Shaker with the Beastmaster and go with the trial and head on? And, well, we saw NiP ban it out earlier. This time Alliance are going to get it. Well, we better settle in for this one, as it is almost certainly going to be the Loda Naga. And, well, yeah, let's get it ready for a bit of an epic here with Game 3, because that's what Alliance are going to be looking for. And we've seen it before. Loda, if the game goes late, it's going to be very hard for NiP to win against the Loda Naga.
It's so good that for Alliance to draft the Naga right after the supports has been selected.
Yep.
Because, for example, if the support has not been selected, NiP could pick up a line, for example, Mana Drain, Hex, instant kill on the 2 illusions. But, I mean, Rubik, Earthshaker, Disruptor, these are just not the support you want to have matching up against Naga. The only good thing that they have for the Disruptor versus Naga matchup is that Naga in mid-game, if she's caught, generally she'll Song and immediately TP out.
Yes.
but Glimpse has such a long cast range that she could actually
cast it from outside the song.
Yeah, and cancel the TP. Yeah. So that's something they have going for them.
And a final ban here from the side of NiP. Looking at Alliance's lineup, I'd imagine they do still need just the second support to lane it with the Bane and the Naga. I mean, they could swap it out for a Lesh Bane kind of duo support combo if they wanted to, but I think they'll be happy putting Pyke out on the Lesh mid.
Yeah, I kind of miss the Leshrac as a support, but obviously he's a very, very powerful core. Let's see what NiP thinks that they're going to pick up as this. Phoenix support is not something we've seen too often.
I guess it's a possibility here, and something that they feel that could certainly mess up their team fight. You know, we know Alliance, they're a very flexible team. They can easily switch around the roles and such. They could throw something like that into the mix. And Alliance, interestingly enough, they ban out the Lina from the side of NiP this game.
NiP needs a mid, and Lina is definitely a fine mid. Will give Leshrac a ton of trouble, or at least early on, with that burst damage from the Laguna blade.
Here we go. So final pick for the side of NiP, and it's an important one as well. They still need what we're expecting to be that mid lane hero for Limp.
10 seconds.
What does he go for? We've seen him play a variety of heroes this tournament. Puck's not going to be there, of course. One of the ones that he's very proficient on.
In the past,
TA, but it's going to be SF.
Okay. I was going to talk about Pugna a little bit, because Pugna, first of all, applies a ton of early game tower pressure against Naga. And Naga generally wants to delay the game, whereas you're pushing the game. Also, once you pick up the Aghanim Scepter, you could just instant life drain and pop off the illusion one by one. And some C teams, for example, has picked Pugna to counter Miracle's Naga, which is infamous in the C scene. But NiP is going to go for a different route, and they go for the Shadow Fiend. So they're pretty reliant on that flat cannon dealing with the Naga illusion in the kind of mid to late game. I think whenever you're going up against the Naga, you don't ask yourself, all right, what do I do when the Naga gets fat? You always kind of try to nip it in the bud. And Shadow Fiend, well, he's a fairly powerful mid-game hero. We'll see if he's going to give us that early mech into a BKB and just, you want to roll them down and push hard.
The question is, what do Alliance go here for that final pick? I imagine it's going to be Ake's hero.
Yeah.
And it's going to be
Venomancer.
The Venomancer, so maybe it is going to be the support.
Okay.
So it's going to be the mid lane Beastmaster and the solo lane Veno, and it will be your support Leshrac. It's going to be Ake on the Lesh. And let's see how they run it, Alliance. Maybe they're going to go aggressive with this one. No, they're going to, it's just going to be this. It's going to be the off lane Veno. So they're going to just keep to this defensive tri lane. But
it could be 2-1-2.
Well, they could do that as well.
Yeah.
But okay, we're seeing the support Lesh come back, and let's see what Alliance can do with it as we get ourselves into the final deciding matchup between these two sides. Alliance versus NiP. And if the series is anything to go by so far, we're going to have quite a game on our hand. And let's get ourselves familiarized with the teams here. On the side of Alliance, it will be Loader, of course, on his Naga Siren. There's going to be Pycat on the mid lane Beastmaster. The supports this game is going to be Mad on the Bane, once more the hero that he absolutely loves at the moment. Ake will be on the support Lesh, and we're going to have Bulldog on the solo lane Venomancer. I'm ODPixel, I'm joined by Lumi. And Lumi, what are we seeing from NiP for this match?
All right, on the Dire side, we have the Earthshaker being handled by Johannes Van. Let's see if he's going to pick up that early Blink Dagger this game. Will be crucial. Shadow Fiend being handled by Limp once again. Back on the top lane, we do have the Rubik being played by Seal Kid. And, well, I guess we're not going to have an early Blink because he generally buys most of the ward. Hanskin playing that Disruptor, and looks like Era back on that Gyrocopter, which, you know, he had a really rough game 1 on the Gyro. Let's see if he can have a better game 2 or game 3.
I mean, it's certainly going to be a game that's on a timer. If there's the point where Loader, I mean, we've seen him before on the Naga, he likes to get the Octarine. If he can get that after the Radiance, it just gets to the point where the lanes are just so hard to push with the constant Radiance illusion spam. And obviously Alliance realizing this game counts a lot. And the same for NiP. They're bringing their A game here, and they're going to give it their best shot. And lane-wise, everything's kind of selling out as we'd imagine. Earthshaker will be on that solo off lane, and we are, just seeing defensive trials coming out from both sides. But we're going to see that's a little bit of a beginning where they're going to send the Rubik here to try and help the SF. But at the same time, Alliance, they've got Mad there to try and counteract this motion and give Pycat some space.
I wonder if Mad is going to skill Enfeeble at 1 and just pop it on Limp and just be like, try to last hit with like 10 damage. So far, he's not doing it, and I guess he's going to save it for Nightmare instead. It seems like the Boar alone is going to do harass enough. In fact, Pycat going into tower range just to get a deny.
Well, looks like Pycat, Mad, he's set to kind of hang around there for a lot of time. And well, bottom lane here with the net, setting up the split Earth. Jonas Van getting low. He's going to be okay, but he's got to be very aware of this lane. I mean, they don't need the Bane. With the fact that Loda has skilled net at this point,
yeah,
they can just go for it. We've seen there, you know, bursting him down to about 25% of his health. The Earthshaker's got to be very careful on this offlane.
The nice thing about the Shrek support is it suddenly gives Alliance a lot more roaming capability as well. You talked about the Bane setting at the stun, and suddenly, no matter which lane you're in, for example, if you're mid, Beastmaster is going to come in with the boars and right-click. Bottom lane, Naga is going to come in with Riptide, things like that. So far, Alliance has not made those rotations yet, but I imagine they will come.
Oh, telekinesis onto Matt, bringing him back here, trying to find a few raises onto him. They get him low, but Pycat, he's just there with a return aggression, going in with the punches onto Seal Kid. And a real kind of close contention here between the two sides in the mid lane. Both of them going for it. Ake just, he's coming out of lane. He's looking to find the Shaker, but things coming out. And Fan just going to turn and give him a few bunches and just going to trade a bit of hits here. As just kind of.
Oh, top lane, Admiral Bulldog gets a little bit too close to that Gyrocopter, and he will take a ton of damage as a result. Even with boots, Veno's a fairly slow hero. He's going to get chased down. There's like, what, a 30 movement speed difference between the Veno and Gyro. So.
And this was the mid lane again. We're seeing Bane trying to go for the wraparound, but Seal Kid with the telekinesis. Raze will connect onto Mad. Still not quite enough to bring him down. They've got a Fade Bolt. It won't be enough to kill him. And still both teams playing very tentatively, and this is very tense between these sides. And it's going to be good when it kicks off, Libby, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I'm still somewhat baffled about this Venomancer pick, right? Normally when Veno is picked, he's generally played on the mid lane. At least that's how Cloud9 does it with Fata. Pycat, ooh, great fissure coming out from the bottom side of the path. Pycat is going to give up first blood, I think. Who's going to pick it up? That's the question. Seal Kid, well, he's going to have some gold. He picks it up, and I wonder what he's going to do with it. Quicker Pain Boots would be excellent for the team.
And again, he's going to be very happy with that start to the game. And, well, Bulldog moving towards the mid lane here after he left top. This is giving a lot of space for Error. And I mean, so what's the plan now with this Venomancer? What's Bulldog looking to achieve here?
Yeah, I think that's a question that I really want to find out myself. He's a hero that really needs, first of all, gold, and second of all, experience. And to be being put on the off lane, that's the lane that you get very little of either. So he's not a great roamer. He's trying to walk around, but essentially he's just dropping wards for the support to farm. 2 hits, and that's like 14 gold. I don't know what this Veno's meant to do.
They're going to set this one up with a Nightmare. Pycat moving forward with the axes, but some fans there as well for the return. And we're seeing this kind of tri-lane mid at the moment. Both sides sending the offlaner there, which both teams going to be happy with. Error's getting a lot of space, but at the same time, Loda is certainly picking up the farm here on this bottom lane.
Also, Admiral Bulldog doesn't have Gale, which is his best ganking spell.
Oh, some fan is chasing down Mad here, but Ake coming around. Limp wants to find himself that 4-minute rune. He doesn't quite have the mana here for Nightmare, so yeah, he's going to be able to get himself that one, bottling up the invis. But still, Bulldog at the moment, he's not really finding a lot.
Who would you rather be right now, Era or Loda? You're both getting absolute free farm.
It depends what Era can do with this Gyro. I really feel, because there is going to just be this point where the Loda Naga will get out of control, and it's going to be so hard for NiP to deal with. But if they can look for the mid-game fights and just shut down the Naga star, they're going to be in a very good position to just push and fight. And if Era gets ahead of the Naga and they look to just go straight on every lane that Loda's trying to farm in, it's going to be very hard for Alliance to kind of come back into our field.
Yeah, I totally agree. NiP needs to take early objective, knock down those towers, limit the space that Loda could farm in. And so far, they're going to force out Glyph on the top lane and push with that siege unit. You can see that Ring of Aquila is turned on. I imagine he's going to start flacking these Creep Wave once he has it. And I guess that's what the Venos picked for, to delay this push, but he's got level 1 wards. Meanwhile, bottom lane, it's Alliance that takes out the first tower of the map.
Dude, there's going to be more money there for Ake, in fact, getting the final touch. And more space for Loda here, as well as he can continue to confidently farm down here. Top lane, seeing the side of NiP going right in, really trying to force Bulldog back. And I mean, Bulldog, the fact that, I guess both offlaners, though, they're not finding too much. Innocent Fan was very kind of mobile. He was hanging around the mid lane, so it's
Shaker
not
gave him first blood.
Yeah.
There's that. Veno is not giving them anything. And Shaker, to me, is a more level independent support, or hero in general. Simply with level 1, he could cause kills like he did for level 1 mid. I'm not sure about Veno. Veno will fall off very quickly if he doesn't have the level or the items.
I guess on the plus side, when NiP do look for the engagements, you know, if Benno, you know, once Bulldog hits 6, with that and the Leshrac running straight through the center of the fights, there's going to be a lot of magical damage.
That's true.
And if NiP don't have BKBs, it's going to be very hard for them to fight into Alliance. Well, bottom lane, Loader continues to keep himself at the top of the CS, but Era is very close, and so far, I'll be honest, it feels very even between the sides, and if anything, favoring that of the side of NiP, as they do have that advantage in the mid lane with the fact that Shadow Fiend's having a pretty great time against the Beastmaster.
He does, and he'll join more farm with the stack.
Yeah.
Rubik's done a great job stacking these camps, and then clears it out. So, looks like we're going to see power treads into probably Aquila and Mech. A fairly standard item progression for Shadow Fiend. And I think that's what NiP is looking for. They're early, small items, maybe perhaps the drums on the gyrocopter, working towards a BKB, and then you just go push.
Oh, Pycat, he's going in very aggressively. There's 3 heroes here, and Pycat, he just walks into this one. NiP, they're going to take the kill. Ake looking for the split earth. It's not going to connect, and Pycat, I mean, he really went in there, but it was not the play.
Yeah, I think he did not expect the Earthshaker to be there. He was thinking maybe to find a solo Rubik, and that's a kill. So, had the right idea, but Johannes fan being at the right place at the right time. Sealkid now rotating on the bottom side. They do have the glimpse onto the Venomancer, and Venomancer is going to get away yet another kill.
Indeed, Era taking that one down with the Rocket Barrage, and 3 for 0. They're going to be able to claim that top tower. Gyro getting the last touch as well. NiP going to be incredibly happy with the first 7.5 minutes of this game so far.
Yeah. And again, Alliance drafting this lineup, they know they're going to have to play from behind eventually. And Loda's, let's do a gold check. 1,400 gold, halfway to Relic. It's not looking that bad for Alliance.
I mean, that is indeed the big thing. The fact that they've got this Naga that is just increasingly going to become an issue for the side of NiP if they're not able to do anything about it. I mean, the fact that they've got the kills so far, NiP, they're getting closer to that point where they can group up and they can maybe look to try and rotate onto the Loader Naga. But still, you know, just the fact he's getting this space, I don't think Alliance are going to be too disheartened by the fact that they've given away 3 kills just because their carry is farming so well at the moment.
Yeah. One thing that the Alliance support could do better, apart from just roaming around, is they need to stack the camps a little bit more. They've stacked the big camp once. Looks like Loda's already working on it. But when it's all said and done, once these stacks are done, he's going to be sitting around 2k gold and closer and closer to that Radiance.
Top lane, Aaron Sealkid smoked up. They want to do something again about this Bulldog Venomancer. Sticking around here by the tree line, and he's going to back himself up and move in maybe with this creep wave. He's got to be careful how far he comes out. Looks like he's going to be okay, and NiP realize this. They want to look towards the mid lane instead and maybe see if they can catch out Pycat. Pycat now level 7 has the Primal Roar available. Their supports are coming in from the side of Alliance to help him out as well. So it looks like NiP won't be able to catch anything out there with that smoke.
Oh, here comes the Alliance support. Bane leading the charge. Not sure if he could go into that gyrocopter.
Era's going quite deep. They do have the follow-up stun from the Lesh, and well, it's going to be Haskett trying to go in onto Admiral Border, give it the Static Storm. Era's going to get Nightmared up. The cooldown's going to be enough to bring down the Venomancer, and now Alliance, they're rotating in full force. Can they find Era with the Primal Roar, with the Axis flying through? They'll pick up the gyrocopter, and maybe they can find Hansken as well. We are going to see a Limp turning up here, trying to turn this one, trying to find Pyke, and he will with the raises, and he might find more. He's got the S4 rune, he's got the haste. He wants to find Matt, but Matt with the Jukes into the tree line. He's going to be able to keep himself alive there. But still, 5 for 1 Alliance. They find the gyro, but losing the Beastmaster again. At this point, the even trades, it is still drawing the attention away from Loader, but NiP certainly breaking away at this point of the game.
I'm not sure if trades are good enough for NiP, though. I think they're looking for clear wins. When you have a S4 rune, like you call it, on the Shadow Fiend, you're expected to go in to get a double, triple, and start damaging that tower. The fact that NiP did not get it makes me worry for them. And again, Loda go check. Now, well, still at 1,700. Looks like he bought something.
He went for the Arcanes.
No, he's had the Arcane for a while.
Oh, okay. He just picked up the bottle. Okay, he just picked up the bottle as well.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's
it's a 700 gold investment, but
I guess he feels at this point, with the fact that NiP, they haven't really tried to do anything about it, he feels very safe, and well, maybe this is going to be he's going to feel a little bit less safe after this, because NiP, they want to do something about the Naga.
Yeah.
They're heading into the Radiant jungle, but they don't have any vision down. They're now going to be able to get some wards out, but Naga, Lodi's in pretty much the safest position, and it looks like NiP, they're just going to turn their attention towards this Lesh. Ake trying to find some levels from the lane, but he's very far out. There's 4 heroes conversing onto him, and well, They don't even need the Fisher there. Era being able to pick that one up with the rocket barrage, and that's another kill on the gyrocopter for NiP.
Yeah, even though they didn't find the Naga, I like the attempt. I think you need to start putting more pressure on Loda. You can't let him farm 5 camps in the jungle by himself, you know. Make him be honest a little bit. Make him, for example, pick up that bottom. Like, slow that Radiance however you can. All right, so the question is, when is NiP going to start knocking at these T1 towers? They do so now on the bottom lane. I imagine mid will soon to follow.
Scan just spawning out the illusions here, giving us some an error, as you said, with the Seal Kid. Applying the pressure. We're seeing a movement from Earthshaker towards the jungle as well. They really want to do something about Loda. The question is, they've got a static storm here. If they can hit these spells, maybe they can do it. They're going to throw it down, but Loda's going to be on the edge of it and just walks it off. And I mean, with the static storm down as well, that's quite a key component in terms of catching out Loda at this point, and it's going to be whiffed this time.
Yeah. And now with the static storm down, do they...
This is, they're going to just pop the Fiend script here. I had more Bulldog coming in with the ult as well. They want to make sure that they get this kill, and they certainly will do there with the Brain Stab to finish it off. The kinetic field has been dropped, but the Night Mountain Seal Kid, Matt's just going to TP himself out of there, and Alliance, they get away there with a clean-cut kill.
Meanwhile, Johannes fan rotating mid. They're now going to try to push the T1 tower mid, but this is going to be a little bit more difficult with Ake defending with Lightning Storm. And of course, NiP can't be aggressive anymore, as aggressive anymore, because they do have that static storm on cooldown.
The Loda's fairly low down there, but he realizes, yeah, that they don't have the static storm there. They're not anywhere in the nearby at the moment, and he feels safe. And 2.9k, he's coming close to that relic, and that is the big worry point. If he gets the relic before NiP are able to kill him, you know, a couple more times, it's going to be massive. And Alliance, well, Bulldog, he's going to get caught out here by the telekinesis, but it is just the Rubicon his own. Should be able to walk this one off mid lane. I don't think Jonas fan's going to be able to walk that one off. Throws out the Echo Slam, but he's all alone, and he'll get taken down as Leshrat picks that up. And top lane, Era does find the return kill onto the Venomancer there, waltzing in with the Rocket Barrage. Lim's got an Invis rune. Seeing if he can find out Loda, but Loda, he's playing this one smart, just using the illusions here to stack up the camps and keeping himself by that tier 2. Matt's coming in, and Lim, he's looking for the Requiem. He's going to follow through with this one, and he's going around with the raises. Mad with the Brain Stab, and now with the Nightmare, keeping himself alive. Ake turning up with Loda, and if Loda can get this kill, this is going to be some tasty, tasty gold for the Naga Siren. The end snares there, they're going to try and chase it down. They do have the song. Are they going to use it to ensure the kill?
They are.
They are. They want to get themselves in position. Loda wants this kill. Maybe he can get himself a double. There's a Handskin here as well. They'll be able to pick off one. That's more gold here for the Naga Siren, but Era, he wants to try and shut them down. Coming in with a cooldown, he finds Ake. Can he find Loda as well? Yes, with the Fisher, they get Loda. It's a triple kill for Era. And what a time for the Gyro to turn up. It looked good for Naga. He ends up just investing in the recipe for the Radiance, and that was just at the right time for NiP, because he was so close to getting that relic there.
Yeah, Loda went for the absolutely safe play as well. He made illusions and then used the illusions to do the Riptide as he ran away, but just the long range, the call down to slow him down, the Fissure to follow through and earn just for the good measure. Era getting the triple kill, absolutely crucial for their path to victory. But
that was massive for NiP.
But pushing into this is going to be annoying. Beastmaster Roar on the backline here. Era in a lot of trouble. Stun from Leshrat. They are going to get the kill on Era. The question is, will they lose Pycat? No, they will not.
Hanski's going to got the static storm, trying to do what he can to stop Mad, but Mad, he's still got the Nightmare, walks out of it. Jonas will pop down the Fisher, trying to block Loda from chasing this one down. Hansked, he does manage to glimpse back Mad, and the Fisher just doing what with the axes flying through there, as Ake is actually able to pick that one up there, getting the kill onto Disruptor. And now 2 heroes down, Alliance, they're going to be able to push this one out and maybe look to try and take a tier 1. It's going to help out. And Midas, who was that being picked up for there?
Well, despite how well the game...
the Bulldog Midas.
Yeah, despite how well the game's going for NiP, it seems like Alliance is very confident that this game is going to drag out.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the way that they can win. If they can drag this game out, it's going to be very hard for NiP to play into. But at the moment, NiP, they're in a fairly nice position.
Are they though?
They need more. They need to be a little bit further ahead to get to the point where they're going to feel comfortable with the status of this game. Because Loda, he's looking scary, and he's almost certainly going to get that Radiance sooner than later.
I mean, as soon as the Radiance is finished on the Naga, there are just a couple heroes on the side of NiP that just can't do anything anymore. If, for example, the Naga illusion runs at Handskin, he can't do anything. He could just glimpse it back, I guess. But that's kind of what I mean. They are in a very difficult... by the way, Glimpse does... I believe it still auto-kills illusions, right? Am I incorrect on
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It just takes the illusion down straight away.
So there's one way.
Yeah.
But apart from that... NiP, I think despite how well they're playing, they need to knock down more towers. And it's easier said than done because Venom Wards, it's a great defense. Like you can see that Emerald Bulldog has made his home on the mid lane. Lightning on the Leshrac is a great delaying tool. Axis could come from afar. I think NiP is actually in big trouble now.
I mean, they've got the tools to fight now with Era. You know, he's just finished off on SNY on top of the Aquila and the phase boots. He can certainly try to challenge the lineup of Alliance. It looks like that's exactly what they're going to do here. Smoking up and making a beeline here for the jungle. If they can find this Loda kill, this is exactly what they need.
Yeah, they need Fissure.
Get the jump.
They need Fissure Static Storm. Yeah. No singing for Loda. But Loda map awareness, not ganking him.
Moving in, they still can't find anyone on Alliance. They might find Bulldog if they go for this tree line here. The pings are coming out. I think Alliance are aware that some kind of fishy business is going on. And Mad, maybe they want to attack the gank. There's going to be a Thunderstrike down onto him, call down onto Mad, and now with the song, they're trying to maybe turn this one around. Loda checking it out. No one's going to die so far on the side of Alliance. Mad's got to be careful, getting low. We'll pop the charges. And yeah, looks like Alliance realized this isn't necessarily the fight for them as of yet. And no one to die on the side of Alliance as the gank is unsuccessful there from NiP.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is
Song saving as support. I'm not sure if... I mean, it worked out there, but without Song now, I think NiP is going to play much more aggressive. And should Loda get ganked in the next 2 minutes, he will not have it for himself. NiP will run down a T1 tower, but they're not looking for a T2.
Oh, good now, just 800 gold or so. Away from that Radiance, away from that Relic to finish it off.
Also with the Song down, I think NiP could go into the Roshan pit because they have a double damage on that Shadow Fiend. They have the minus armor available, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do now.
Innocent Fan, you know, he's got the Blink Dagger. It's going to be pretty huge. It's another hero that can kind of throw himself at the Loda Naga and look to initiate the fight here for the side of NiP. But as you said, they're looking for Roche. The question is, do Alliance try and contest it, or do you feel that they just, without the Song, they just can't?
Yeah, I mean, with the Song, in theory, could Song to steal the Roche, but I think the most important goal for Alliance is to get the Radiance. And sometimes it's definitely okay to give up objective to give yourself more farming room.
Roshan's going to go down. Aegis is going to go the way of Era here on the Gyrocopter. And Loda so close onto that last final 300 on this hurdle towards that Radiance. And
you can see the couriers
going to get it. Yeah,
the couriers are already parking at the Seeker shop in anticipation. It's like, all right, we need this Radiance.
10-6 at the moment. What kind of lead are we seeing for the side of NiP? I mean, they've got SF and Jari here at the top. It's a 4,000 lead, but as you said, the question is it going to be enough for NiP to allow themselves to continue to fight? And Loda, he's got it. There we go. The hurdle is over. He's got himself the Radiance.
Hold on, if they kill the courier.
Oh, if they kill it, no, the courier's been taken away straight out of that one.
All right.
They don't want to. Alliance don't want to mess that one up at all. But I mean, also just for the side of the fact that Bulldog now with the Midas, you know, he's coming up to about 2.1k gold on this Venomancer. Didn't have the best of times in lane, but thanks to that Midas, he's now the second richest on the team.
Yeah, the levels is very key for him as well, because getting to maxing Sting to make your Plague Wards do a little bit more damage, getting more points into Poison Nova. I wonder what his next item choice is.
Does he go for the Blink this game?
No, I think this is the game where you just tank up or make your team tank up. Because it's not about him going in to do damage with the Radiance. With his Poison Nova. It's just about delaying the game. And eventually Loda will carry.
At the moment, how's Era doing on top of that SNY? What did he decide to opt for? He's working towards that BKB now on top of the lifesteal.
Oh.
Well, bottom lane, Hanskin. He's going to be able to TP out of that one. The Static Storm working dividends in terms of stopping Pycat from being able to get that roar off. And
look at how confident they are.
Away.
Look at Ake. He's... Oh, no, not Ake. Excuse me. Hanskin going for the Midas recipe, like you're pointing it out.
Okay.
They need to get big, and I guess the game is going to get dragged out, which obviously Naga favored.
Innocent Fan, he's got himself an Invis rune. Can he set up anything here, though? That's the question. The side of Alliance, 3 of them behind their tier 2s at the moment. Mad is quite far out here, trying to find that gold on top of the cloak towards the Glimmer, and Mad could be in a bit of trouble. The Innocent Man blinking forward. He's got the Fissure available. Will pop it here. They haven't got the vision. Now they have Azera. Just walked straight into the face of Bane, and NiP will be able to bring down Mad.
Yeah, they're going to try to get a T2 out of this as well. The entirety of Alliance is coming in, and well, the Plague Wards are being slowly set up.
Okay, Bulldog, he decides to go for the blink this game.
Okay.
Feels that's the iron.
So he's going to go in just for the damage. It's fairly aggressive, given the fact that they just want to play defensive, which I guess with the Radiance doing the big part of damage, Poison Nova could also kind of seal the deal.
Looks like NiP, they're going to back up. They don't want to continue onto that tier 2. They're happy with the damage they've done. And, I mean, this is exactly what they need to be doing. They need to be pushing down these lanes, trying to force, you know, just right up to the base, because it just really feels that this game is on a ticking time bomb playing against this Naga's Radiance. I don't know, 11-6, NiP. The item's coming out. There's going to be the Midas complete now for Disruptor, so we're going to start to see that one kick into effect. And error on the gyro. He's just about 1,000 away from his recipe for that BKB to pick that one up as well. Still has the Aegis on him as well. But it doesn't look like NiP are necessarily looking to fight at the moment, as they're fairly spread out across the map. A bit like Alliance here as well at this time.
Yeah. The one also nice benefit of having Blink on Veno is he will be able to split push much easier.
Yeah.
And Admiral Bulldog knows a thing or two about ratting.
I think this might be a bit of Midas gaming, because it looks like Shaker's going for Midas as well on the side of NiP. And here we go. Alliance smoking up. They're ready to fight. And let's see who they can catch out. In the jungle at the moment, it is both Disruptor and Rubik. They're on the high ground, though. They're going to spot it out. Mad trying to move forward. Blink 4 from Bulldog, going to scout them both out. And now they're trying to turn it here with the Static Storm. It's going to block the rest of Alliance off very nicely. They use the Nightmare. They're trying to buy some time for the Veno, but it doesn't matter. He's going to go down. And now Aaron and NiP, can they find anything more here? Moving towards, and they're going to pop the cooldown on the hope that he catches anyone out. But now Alliance, they've gone other ways. And it will just be the Veno, but it is a kill nonetheless for the side of NiP.
And yeah, it's a Midas gaming for
Rubik
NiP.
as well.
Rubik, Earthshaker, they're going to go late and saying, you know what, Naga may be a difficult hero to deal with, but we're going to just try to out-greed you and out-gold you. Which, let's see if it's going to work out.
It's an interesting method. And, well, it looks like Loda now with the boots of travel on top of the Radiance. And I'd imagine he is indeed going to transform that disassembled mana boots into the Octarine, as we have seen him do before on his Naga. Well, Loda, there's a couple of heroes around here on the side of NiP. Hansken and Era. They're not going to be able to do anything here. And well, Hansken just having to TP away. I mean, you said the Radiance illusion is going to cause a bit of trouble for the Disruptor, and we're seeing that straight away.
Well, he could glimpse one, but if it's two of them, then sad times. So are you in it for the long haul?
I think we certainly could be here. I mean, NiP, they can fight better, it kind of feels, but at the same time, it's going to be so hard for them to push against this Naga.
I mean, NiP's not looking to fight anymore. No, I think they're just looking to protect whatever towers they can, farm whenever they can, because if they're looking to fight, Steel Kid is not buying a Midas, right? He's buying a Blink Dagger. This is probably like Steel Kid's first and only Midas that he's gotten in a pro game.
It's certainly going to be interesting how it buzzes out, and yeah, the Roar leading it in. The Anderson fan getting caught out, and mid lane there. Again, it's going to connect onto Limp, a split earth as well. Okay. They don't want to quite go for this one. Limp's a little bit too tanky for them to deal with as a duo, and he has also got the backup nearby. And the lead now is still favoring NiP, but as time ticks by, we'll see how much the Radiance can do. But it's going to be the Naga Radiance against the triple Midas. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the goal kind of progresses for both teams.
I think the triple Midas in its own way is applying pressure on lines.
Yeah.
It's like, you got your clock, we got our clock too. And it's kind of nice to see teams kind of fight a lines, essentially their own game.
Matt's getting caught out here by the Static Storm. Aragon's work there with the Rocket Barrage, and he'll be able to take down the Bane. So another kill, and wrapping round here. Do they find anything more? Loda should be able to find this tower here in the mid lane. Fortification will come out. He's going to stand his ground and wrap around and maybe look to see if he can find anything. Yonason fans moved in. He will find the Fisher. And now TP coming in from the Disruptor. They're going to pop the Echo Slam. This is going to be a nice kill if they can kill this Loda Lager Siren, and they will do indeed. Hansken able to bring down the Loda.
He has no buyback. That could be huge. Let's see if NiP is going to go force objective. Tier 2 mid, Tier 2 top perhaps. Or Roshan. Roshan has not spawned yet though.
He hasn't indeed. So closing in on the Midas here. Now, there we go, some Midas stats coming out here for these heroes on the side of NiP. And it's an interesting way to deal with the Naga, trying to take it late yourself. And do you reckon it is kind of the best bet for NiP? Do you like what they're doing here?
I've never seen this way of playing against a Naga before. So it's definitely very interesting. I love Hana Midases, especially on supports. And if NiP wants to drag the game out, it's definitely one of the best items in doing so. So, you know what? For the sake of science, yes, I love it. Never seen it before. I'm ready to learn a lot from this game.
Let's see what goes on here at the top. So Venom as the Bulldog, he's going to be working towards that Aghanim's point boost to Noga Club online. Ping's coming out here on the top lane as Aaron still could hang around the tier 2. There is more members of NiP moving in as well. Mid lane Mad and Ake working to put the pressure on. But still, not getting caught out, and Loader now has returned to the game. NiP weren't really able to do that much with that 50 seconds or so he was off the map, unfortunately.
I wonder if Alliance sees all these Midases and be like, all right, well, we'll go a couple of Midas in a row and just farm away. Alliance has been doing random smoke ganks, and they're looking for pickoffs because they know once they do get a pickoff with the pressure of Radiance Naga, they're going to get at least a tier 1 or a tier 2 for free. So these smoke gank could have a high upside for Alliance. Unfortunately, they're not really connecting with these smoke ganks.
Lara, if he heads up here, he's going to head towards the Bulldog, and Bulldog will simply blink away here. And again, looks like Alliance kind of avoiding the fights there, not wanting to go for it. Loader's still finding the space. He's got the completed Jasher now as well, so his farm's going to continue to exponentially grow. He's catching up to the level of the Gyro and the SF, but it is still NiP on top. And the fact that they've got 2 cores around that 12-13k is fairly impressive against Alliance, because the second closest to the Naga is the Bulldog on 8,500. With these triple Midases as well, NiP, they should be able to kind of retain the gold lead.
Yeah. This is where Limp gets a little sad, because Mech and BKB are not exactly the best farming items. In fact, they're not really real items at all, since he's just hitting creeps. That BKB has been purchased, like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, and is still at 10 charges. And likely to be remain at 10 charges for a while.
Roshan is going to be up in just over a minute or so. Arrow just checking it out for the team. And your Midas now complete on your Shaker. So we do now have the triple Midas complete in full form. And, well, they want to smoke up. They want to fight this one. Top lane Alliance, they've got 3 heroes at the moment. Now, can NiP find the jump? They've got the Echo Slam, they've got the Static Storm, everything is available. And, well, at the moment, they don't have any vision on anyone. Ake backing up, there's no tier 1, and, well, Jönköping fan's going to jump straight in here with the control with the raises. They'll blow up the Leshrac. And Mad just hiding in the tree line here, and the question is anyone going to try and look for him? Looks like he's going to be okay.
Well, all right, never mind. All right, so let's see if NiP wants the pressure off of this. They're walking towards the T2. They'll probably get the T2 as well, because I don't think Alliance is defending a tier 2 tower 4v5.
Indeed, it's going to be Loader and Pikeout here on the bottom lane, mid lane. Bulldog just pushing this one out, and they're going to try and put some pressure onto tier 2s themselves. I see a bit of a trick about Hascan moving forward here with the Glimmer Cape. It's going to be bad. Admiral Bulldog actually blinking forward, and these TPs, they're saying, well, Bulldog, if you want to blink in, we want to take you down. Everyone coming in to finish off the Veno, and it will be Hascan taking that one there with the Static Storm. Bulldog just going in a little bit too aggressive, and NiP just hungry for action.
Silky, use your Midas.
Easy.
All right, now NiP trying to set up for Roshan, and I imagine they'll take it. The thing is, Song is always a danger. Definitely seen Song steal Rosh, walk out there, and it could be bad.
They're going to start going for it. Load at the moment in the mid lane. Does he make his way over here? He's just trying to keep the creep waves pushed out with the illusions, and he's been doing a good job so far. NiP struggling to find the push and getting the waves back over to the enemy side of the map. Maybe this Aegis is going to help them look for a future fight, as Naga getting fatter and fatter. 2.6k gold now on top of the Yasha. Are they going to go towards Roshan? Primal Roar is going to be thrown down onto Jönköping fan, and Pikeout, he might be able to find himself a solo kill here, and he will do indeed there with the Necro Books. Roshan's getting low though. NiP do find the Aegis onto the Gyro, and Hascan is going to be able to set anything up here. There's a lot of heroes around on both sides. Arrow moving forward. Can they catch anyone?
Glimpse is coming off cooldown in about 6 seconds.
Look at this, going straight onto Loader. This is the kill they need with the stun lock. There's no chance for a Song. Gyrocopter taking the kill onto Loader. They might even find Mad here as well. Moving forward with the Rocket Barrage. The telekinesis is a double kill for Error. And what a fight to be taking, especially just after they picked up the Aegis there in the Roshan.
Yeah, the buyback was forced out on the Earthshaker for that pickoff, but maybe looking for a little bit more here as well.
Pikeout.
Handskin in a lot of trouble. He's out of mana. He's got to keep himself safe. He will use the urn, but I don't think he has glimpse mana anymore. Magic Wand. Looks like Pycat would just be able to TP out safely. No buyback being forced out on the side of Alliance. T2 is going to get sieged. These wards getting mowed down very quickly. And NiP, time to close Alliance into their base by removing all these tier 2. Hold that thought. Blink forward into a Pulse Nova. But I think NiP is fine. They have BKB. They have Aegis. They're good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at the least it stops the push and it does force NiP to back up. Loda's going to be back. What's he looking to buy for now? He's going to finish off the Manta style here first.
Dire's
top of the Asher.
tower is under attack.
And okay, there we, yeah, I'd imagine the Octarine. I would be surprised if he doesn't get it off the Manta style, because the times I've seen him pick it up, it's worked out very well. It just works so well with an Naga in terms of just keeping the lanes pushed out consistently.
Yeah, you have lower cooldown to illusions. Your illusions could now quote-unquote lifesteal from the Radiance. Having a lower Manta cooldown is actually a pretty big deal as well, because you do use that to farm quite a bit. The mana pool is nice. The health pool is nice. I'm still thinking about the Venos Blink Dagger choice, as he's been looking to aggressively blink in for kills, but he hasn't really been connecting with them.
I mean, he's nearly got the Axe. He's just under 400 gold away from finishing that off. And with that as well, you've got to remember the damage output from the Axe Venom is pretty insane. And it's going to stop the push every time if he can connect it onto everyone.
Well, it's not going to be too effective on Gyro as well as Shadow Fiend. The Axe ultimate will still persist, but because these BKBs are so high, a lot of the damage will be blocked.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But slowly, you do see these tier 2 and tier 3 on the outer towers starting to get chipped away. The question is, when does NiP decide to push? Because it's going to be up to NiP. They're farming up onto...
Oh man, look at this. This is big. If they can pick off Limp here.
And they
Going
will.
straight in with the Phoenix grip. Pycastle's going to find a kill elsewhere onto Ruby. We will put the make the BKB. The Glimmer Cake him alive. But now with the songs, does Loda want to fight or does he want to get himself out here? Looks like they're just going to retreat. Goes for the TB. Jonas in fact trying to get in there with a stun before the song finishes, but he finds the fish onto Man instead. Looks like they'll be able to clean up the Bane here, and they will do indeed as Era gets that kill there for the team. But yeah, Naga not able to quite find the kill under the Shadow Fiend. Limp very lucky to get away with his life there.
Yeah, Naga used this ensnare before the BKB. If he held it, definitely would have kept the Shadow Fiend in place and perhaps got the kill there. But no harm, no foul for Alliance. They lost the support, but now they're going to keep farming.
19 to none at the moment. 33.5 minutes in. Well, what's the plan here for both sides? Do you still feel Alliance are going to be very comfortable in kind of taking this late, or do you think they kind of feel intimidated by the fact that NiP, they're going to have a lot of strong late game potential now with the fact that they're going to be progressing at quite a rate with the Midases?
Yeah, they've seen the triple Midas. The thing is, so what do you think Earthshaker, Rubik, and Disruptor is farming into? Disruptor obviously has a very sick Aghanims upgrade. That, to me, is essentially a game-winning Aghanims upgrade. If you could land a perfect Static Storm, for example, on Naga and maybe 2 other heroes. The question is, what is really Rubik and Earthshaker going to give you? Are they going to go for Hexes? I think that's probably their best late game items.
Yeah, it looks like the Voidstone picked up here. I guess, yeah, Hex is going to be the option of choice here. He's picked up a casual plate mail, but we'll see if that's just going to be the case here for the Earthshaker at least.
But no, I think Earthshaker is going for Lotus Orb.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah, so the plate mail and the Perseverance.
Yeah.
What is he trying to Lotus off? Or rather, is he... Does it remove Poison Nova? I've never tested that, so I'm not too sure.
It's because it's going to reflect the single target spell. So I guess spell looks like the Bane, you know, with a lot of kind of solo lockdown. It's going to put the Bane off kind of going for the key heroes like the Shadow Fiend and like the Gyro in these fights. And it's going to make it a lot harder for Alliance to control the team, which is kind of where they've been coming out on top each time. You know, we've seen them going straight in, getting the Fiend's grip onto heroes like the Shadow Fiend, and even though they don't find the kill, bringing him very, very close to dying. And just with a +1 next time, Alliance have the potential to take those fights. But still, I mean, how's the graph kind of selling out here at the moment? Yeah, it's still NiP just creating more and more of a lead. The Radiance Naga just proving not enough against the gold gain of these Midases on the side of NiP.
Yeah. Well, so far it's looking very decent for NiP.
And they're grouping up here. They might be ready to fight. They're going to try and do what they can against this tier 2, and it's the final tier 2 remaining here for the side of Alliance. And Loda just furiously farming here on the bottom lane. With the Manta style complete, he is going to now try and work his way towards the good old Octarine, but he's going to need it pretty soon because the pressure's being applied in the mid lane. NiP, they want to fight, they want to try and break the base here, and they're going to go for it with Limp, punching away here at the tier 3s, clearing out the Venom wards.
Alliance also don't have Glyph. In fact, Rubik stole the Venom ward, so that's going to give him a little bit of extra sieging power as well. You can see that right now, Loda is sending illusions to the mid lane to start beat that annoying Naga, cutting off waves. And for now, NiP will drop that push.
Yep, what's the plan? They've actually backed out into the Radiant jungle. Well, of course, spotting this all out, Alliance know exactly where their movements are heading. And yeah, so Loda and Mad are going to back out there from the top lane. A little bit aware that the side of NiP were looking for a bit of a kind of double back wrap around onto the team. And still, I'm really interested to see how this one pans out. It's going to be a question of whether NiP can fight better than Alliance with the lead that they're going to have, at least like on their heroes, like the supports, you know,
right,
breaking away with the Midases. And it's going to be interesting what kind of iron pickups they're going for. As you said, closing in on the Lotus Orb, they're the Earthshaker. Rubik, I guess with the Midas Skull, do you think he'll look for the Aghanims himself?
Aghanims is great, not only for the 2-second cooldown on the spell steal, just having the extra raw health and mana, especially against the Radiance burn is going to be nice, but Seal Kid being Seal Kid, just buying items for the team. Gets a gem right now for more map control. I mean, I think there will come a time where NiP's heroes are going to just simply stronger, and they could just barrel down mid, and I think Alliance is going to be forced to rat. Well, I think they've been ratting for quite a while now.
Yeah, I mean, every kind of chance that Lodi gets, we see him just down on the bottom lane, pushing it out. He's very, very close to this Octarine now, just under 400 gold or so away. And heading down to the bottom lane, clearing out these creeps, he should pretty much have it on board. 19-9, a very favourable gold lead here for the side of NiP, but we're still quite yet to see them use it to the best of their ability and go head-on-head with Alliance and attempt to break their base. You know, they've pushed out all the lanes, all the tier 2s are gone now for the side of Alliance. Tier 3s are exposed. And Era, with the MKB, there's a fair bit of damage here for this Gyrocopter. It's just finding the right opportunities to fight. And Shadow Fiend, you know, with the Demon Edge himself and 3k, they're certainly both going to be punching.
I think the MKBs are gotten in advance for the butterfly that eventually will come from the Naga. And it gives you a much better way or quicker ways to kill the Naga illusion. Just simply through
look at this Limp coming out. It's going to get caught out straight away by Pycat with the Roar. Can they bring this one down with the Phoenix Grip? They will. They'll find the kill onto Limp. Limp now down for 80 seconds. And now we're going to see the fight continue. Matt's going to get trapped out and he's going to get telekinesis up as well. They do find the return kill onto the Bane. And now moving forward, Jonas and Fan wants to find Ake. Might even get Bulldog as well with this double Fisher. Glimpse are bringing back Ake into the center of all. They'll bring down the Leshrac as well. There's going to be a 2-for-1 there for the side of NiP. But it is 2 supports and they do lose the SF. So I guess overall, an even trade. I mean, what are your kind of thoughts looking at that?
I mean, I think getting kills for NiP is great, but the thing is, what do you do after those kills? They can't push. Look at the top, look at the mid. All of these lanes are pushed heavily, and that's what Naga does. So right now, NiP is going to go for the Roshan objective, which is, again, nice and all, but they're losing outer towers.
Yeah, tier 2 in the mid lane. It's going to go down here. That's going to be another tower in top lane as well. That's going to fall as well. And
blink forward by the Venomaster. Gets a Gale, gets an ultimate on Sealkid. Sealkid is just dying very slowly, but eventually he will die to the Poison Nova, the Aghanims Poison Nova. And now with NiP losing hero, Naga's like, all right, I'll start hitting tier 3 towers now.
And now with the Veil picked up by Bulldog as well, the damage output from this Venomancer in these fights is going to be absolutely insane. Loda throwing out the Unsnare onto Jonas and Fan, sending illusions in as well. Just making it very hard for Jonas and Fan to look for any kind of hope to jump in with a Blink Dagger. And yeah, Loda with a completed Octarine. I feel it's going to be quite some time before NiP are able to get the push back on favoring them. At this point, a Roar onto the Courier. They want to take it down. They're going to find it there. Pyke out there with a Blaze, killing the Dire's Courier. And it's just going to take away the Phase Boots from Aaron. Aaron, did he buy himself the bots? Yeah, he's got the bots. Okay, so it's just going to be a little bit of gold that he's going to be missing for the time being. But Aaron at the moment, he's fairly well off. He's not going to miss it too much.
And it's going to be Alliance going into the Roshan pit, trying to take the Rosh. And honestly, with the Beastmaster's damage output, they will take it very quickly. Will NiP make this fight? And will Alliance retreat? Yeah, I don't think they need to risk this, because they have the map control now with the Naga pushing every single wave.
I mean, the uptime of these illusions with the it's just ridiculous. And we're already seeing the issues there. Causey just every lane. Creeps are going to be back out on the side of NiP, and NiP need to do something big, and I kind of feel they need to do it sometime soon, Lumi. Here we go. Smoke up. Who can they find? What can they do here? Mad, he's in the jungle, but he's got the Glimmer Cape. He's going to glimmer himself away. Jonas found blinking forward. He's not going to find anyone there with a Fissure. And now he's actually going to walk into it. The Nightmare will hold him back. Bulldog did throw down the Gale, which did connect to the Earthshaker, making it pretty much impossible for him to initiate. And the TP's out. I'm going to be there for Mad. Well, Bulldog gets as well. Top lane. They're kind of losing the tier 3 here as Loda just pushing away. There will be a glimpse of the Static Storm. Now, can they kill the Naga Siren? They've got Limp and Hanskin here. Is the damage going to be enough? And it certainly looks like it. Limp with the punches, bringing him down. And they do kill the Naga Siren there. And that's a big kill for NiP.
It's a great kill, but they got to push across the map to force out that buyback. And that's the thing that they're looking for. You need to make 2 kills in succession like that within 5 minutes. Or, sorry, not 5 minutes. The buyback cooldown timer. And right now, you can see that NiP is barreling down. Fable being thrown out by Sealkit on the mid lane. And obviously, for Alliance, they just want to delay. They want to delay for 50 seconds so that they don't have to use that buyback.
Backhand Bulldog indeed, trying to push out the bottom, trying to force back the side of NiP. NiP coming in as a 4-man towards the mid. They want to try and force the buyback from Naga Siren if they can. And up to the high ground they go. The question is to load a buyback here because he might lose the set of Rex. There's going to be the fortifications. Still keep blinking forward. But the center Bulldog is there. Has got the ultimate. He's going to move in, but the Echo Snap catching him out. They might be able to kill Bulldog before he can get the ultimate out. They do. Bulldog can't get the ult. There's going to be a buyback from Loda. Buyback from Bulldog. They want to defend this, and it's going to be enough to force NiP back, and they will just find the tier 3. But tier 3 and a couple of buybacks forced out by the side of Elias. I think NiP are going to be happy with that one.
Wow, that's a big win for NiP. I mean, all they expected was the Naga buyback, but to be able to pick off Bulldog and force the buyback, that was huge. Bulldog being initiated on it, that was a little bit sloppy because you get the blink to get that ultimate off, and unfortunately he got caught out. Great play by Johannes fan.
I mean, you're talking about the Disrupt Dragon's potential. He's now got that finished here for the side of NiP Hanskin. So again, something else that Alliance is going to be very wary of when trying to fight into this. But at the moment, I think they'll just kind of continue what they were doing, just getting Loda on with the split push, you know, allowing him to control the lane momentum of the creeps globally, and just trying to keep him alive as well. NiP 23-11. The net worth chart, it did kind of swing around a little bit towards the side of Alliance, but straight back down after that. You know, after they were able to get that gold difference back out. It is NiP still with a very sizable lead in terms of XP as well, thanks to those Midases. They are well ahead in terms of levels.
Just want to give a shout out to the Swedish fans in the building. Naga games are not exactly everyone's cup of tea. No,
I mean, it's
definitely my cup of tea because I love these long games.
I mean, it's interesting how well Loda can control the map.
Top lane solo kill attempt here by effing Mad. Gets a grip off with the Glimmer Cape initiation. Pycat blinks in. He'll get the kill, but the Roshan will go towards the side of NiP, though.
This is Earthshaker down for 80 seconds.
Are they gonna? You think they're gonna try to push?
This is maybe an opening that Alliance can look to try and go for.
Here's the thing, though. Naga does not have buyback, and
okay, yeah.
I don't think you make any aggressive play till you have buyback. In fact, I think you farm at your side of jungle, be safe, and he's gonna do that for the next 5 minutes to wait out his buyback timer.
I mean, at the same time, Era getting bigger and bigger with the Satanic complete on top of the MKB. He's ready to fight. He's ready to defend from the high ground.
I mean, I think they're ready to fight for like the past 30 minutes.
They were ready for this.
They're like, Naga, come at us, but Naga's...
He's just doing so with the illusions in top lane. Well, Alliance, they're looking for blood. Limp will pop the BKB here. Just trying to turn around, and Alliance trying to control him now. The TP in from Era to the creep wave, and is he going to be able to find anyone? No, it looks like Alliance, they just back themselves out. Hanskin pop the Glimmer moving forward, but again, this bottom lane push and the mid lane just constantly being pushed out by these illusions.
Yeah.
Loda making it very hard for NiP to regain map control at this point.
Every time they force out a BKB charge from Gyro and Shadow Fiend, Venomancer gets a little bit happier because his ultimate is going to have that one extra tick, do a little bit more damage, and now Alliance feeling a little bit more confident, being kind of pushing the lane across the map. But NiP, all they're looking for is the pick on Naga. If they get the pick on Naga, they win the game. So Loda, knowing that as well, he's playing ultra defensive, very far away from just about anything. Actually, is NiP going to charge across the map and just go for the win?
Seems I kind of feel this is the best. Yeah, just going for it now down the mid lane. Do you feel this is pretty much the best point of call for them at this stage of the game?
Yeah, I mean, there's no buyback on Naga, no buyback on Veno. If they get pick on either of these heroes, it's 4v5.
Yeah.
There is no glyph available for Alliance, no tier 3. Here we go. NiP is looking to win the game.
Oh, this is going to be the fight that maybe defines the game. Era moving to the forwards. He's got the Lotus Sword backing him up, and well, he's just going to hammer away. There was the glimpse of Dake, but he BKBs it off. They looks like Alliance may lose a set of racks here in the mid lane as the damage from Era and Limp is too much, and NiP will find the mid lane racks. Top lane, the illusions from Loda starting to work away at a set of racks themselves, and as well on the bottom lane, Alliance, they're consistently trying to counter push the actions of NiP, and it's kind of working at the moment. They have lost a set of racks, Alliance, but with a Naga at this point, the super creep to the mid lane is not really going to mean too much for Alliance. They're not going to be too worried about that.
Yeah, in fact, now Naga has to pay much more attention to that mid lane. It's a little bit of extra pressure to Alliance, but it's really nothing that Naga can't handle.
Yeah.
And now Naga is sitting at 5.2k gold. I imagine the Butterfly is coming out next. Although,
it's going to be the Harp.
Yeah, it's going to be just tanky illusions instead of evasion illusions, since there is double MKB available on the side of NiP.
It seems to be the sensible move from the man. And, well, it's, I mean, we were expecting this from another game, 46 minutes in, and both teams with the potential to just stop this game from ending anytime soon. Butterfly's being picked up by the Shadow Fiend. Yeah, I can have an out blink on the Bane as well for Mads, looking for those initiations. And well, I mean, do you feel NiP, the best motion is if they go for that again and down another lane, they were able to do it down mid, take a set of racks. There's no reason why they couldn't do it again in another one and look to take a second set.
I think ASUS is timing out soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the reason they could have made that aggressive play was because of the Aegis and the lack of buyback on Naga, but it should time out relatively soon now. Everybody's got farm. Everybody's hitting creeps. What a day of Dota 2.
Certainly, I mean, understandably, both teams, it feels like they're just playing very safely in this match. It means a lot. It's a very big game for these two sides. And
yeah, let's not forget about the storyline. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Back at MLG Austin, of course, the fact that NiP were able to take the series in Alliance, they're hungry for revenge here. And with this game, they can certainly look to take it here. As it's still at the point where it's kind of getting to the stage where one major mess up from one of the sides in terms of like a hero being down without buyback could spell the end of the game.
Yeah. Well, somebody's teleporting up top, cancels the TP. By the way, refresh orb on the Beastmaster, so even with the BKB, there is a possibility, for example, Limp could just die right now. Beastmaster Roar is... the Roar came out much later, but the TP immediately, and he'll just... Refresher blinks back out. Fissure, not going to catch anything.
And this is kind of drawing them away, because look at the mid and top lane. The illusions are coming in from Loda, and NiP. A lot of TPs came out there aggressively. The top lane looks like the range traps will get taken down here by the illusions, so that's going to be a little bit of structural damage done there by Loda. Slowly breaking the base of NiP.
Uh-oh, Loda gets found by the Earthshaker. He'll Song, and he'll probably TP out. Can Disruptor get in vision and get off a glimpse? He's looking for that. Naga, can he get seen? And he'll just juke in the trees. If he gets glimpsed, that could be it. He sees him, he glimpsed. He's gonna have to respawn. No, he can't. He's gonna get caught out. He does not have buyback.
He does. Oh, he does. He does.
Has it been 5 minutes?
Don't worry, Lumi. He does have buyback.
This game has been slow. My sense of time has...
He's got buyback. He's got buyback.
Well, forcing out the buyback's still good. And that's exactly what NiP will do. And I imagine Loda has to buy back. There's no saving it. Yeah,
if the side of NiP. I mean, Alliance, again, they're trying to do their best to keep NiP pushed back. You know, you've got top lane with Veno and the Lesh pressuring it. Bottom lane, Mad and Pycat trying to push this one out. Lesio's able to force feed back, and it's going to be NiP forcing back the side of Alliance here for the defense. As NiP, they're ready to look for another set of racks. Jönköping fan leaning up to the high ground with Era. The backup from Steelkid as well. Fortification is going to come out. Bulldog's just going to blink forward here, get the hits down Terra. Era, he wants to turn. Fisher very nicely stopping that game from getting off the split up. He's able to get off the BKB, but they've lost the Veno. Loaded there with a Song will provide Ake the safety to get back to high ground, and Bulldog will buy back. Now the question is, can they fight off the back of this? The ult did come out from Veno, and it's bringing some of them down fairly low. Steelkid now with the stolen Song, but he's going to get taken down here by the burn damage from the illusions from Loda. Loda's getting low. Oh, is he going to go down here? The missile fly through. This is going to be massive if they take down Loda. Can they keep Loda alive? No! Loda's down for 95 seconds, and Era just cleaning up with a triple kill. This This is massive for NiP, and the question is, can they finish this game here in the 90-second window? And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to try and do, going straight for the tier 4s. What can Alliance do? They've got no Bane, they've got no Naga Sirens. The second tier 4 is falling. The Ancient is going to be exposed, and I don't know, man. This could be it for Alliance. They're doing their best with the aligning plan, and now they're coming forward. The split left's not going to connect. They bring down Jonas and Fan. Era's incredibly low. It's so slim. The buybacks are coming out from NiP. They realize this is the massive opening for them to finish this game. Bulldog, he gets the ult out. Era will put the BKB, trying to chase down the Venomancer, and now he'll find it. They find the Venomancer. 4 heroes down. The Ancient's exposed. They're going to go for it. Alliance, I don't think they can stop this one. Pycat's going to fall as well. He's got buyback, but what does it matter? Triple kill for Era, and the NiP keep themselves in the competition. Alliance are going home, Lumi.
Wow, impressive picks. That glimpse.
The triple Midas.
Oh, I'm not sure about the triple Midas kept it in the game, but that one glimpse really turned the tide of the game. I mean, it's hard to say where the game went wrong. You could have said that Alliance was a little bit sloppy, got picked off multiple times, but
wow.
Disruptor, what a hero.
Wow. That's great. I mean, NiP, they just found the perfect opening at the end. It was that perfect timing of them going head-to-head with Alliance, and the fact that Alliance, they were doing their best to push out the other lanes. The entire game, Loader had been able to keep the creep waves on the side of the map of NiP, but just that one opening, it was always going to be down to whether they could take down Naga once, force out the buyback and take him down again, because without the Naga, what do you do as Alliance? I mean, you can throw out your AoE ults, you can get the Venomancer on the front lines doing the damage, but NiP, they're just going to stand there, go to the high ground with the damage that they had. It was just too much. Goodbye to the second set of racks, goodbye to the tier 4s, and NiP there just with the perfect time to fight.
Yeah, great job for them turning around, because they saw Bulldog blinking out, galing the Gale. As soon as it missed, they're like, all right, let's turn, let's kill. And in fact, Rubik stole the Song of the Siren, which I got excited for a second, because I thought Rubik got his Agonist.
Oh yes,
but he doesn't have an Agonist. I was like, oh my God, he's gonna heal everybody up, and this is gonna be exciting, and he's just died. But
NiP, again, taking down a lot. You know, they did it at X Games, and they did it here again at DreamLeague, and honestly, maybe one day Alliance will get
this game could have gone either way, though. Like, if Bulldog did not miss up a blink, or if one of the Alliance members did not get picked, I could have seen them winning this game. But also great strategy combating this triple Midas in the supports.
It worked out. It allowed them to take your late, go head-to-head with the side of Alliance, and the fact that they didn't have that late-game progression in their heroes other than the Naga Siren. You know, Loader, of course, was at the head of the farm with what he had, but the fact that their supports were just nowhere near on the same level as that of NiP meant in these engagements at the end, they didn't have what it, you know, to go toe-to-toe with them. You know, with the Loader, and again, what a game, and you've got to give the utmost respect and credibility there to NiP for being able to deal with the Loader Naga Siren, which is infamous for being very hard to play against. And wow, NiP move forward.
Yeah, they move forward, and let's talk about moving forward, because tomorrow they're going to play a best of 5.
That's right.
And they're looking to go all the way, so that's another best of 5. What do you think about the mentality and the players?
It's going to be hard.
It's 2 best of 5s in a row.
I mean, in terms of kind of just going the long one, you know, NiP we know are good with it. In the first day, I think they were playing for games over 14 hours.
But they didn't play at the peak, though. Some of the later games were a little bit tough.
Yes.
And they're playing against, you know, Na'Vi, BB. These are hard opponents.
They are very hard. I mean, the next series is going to be crazy.
Right.
Na'Vi versus VP. I mean, that series was fantastic. You know, both sides giving it the most, and it was so hard to tell how it goes. And, well, that is it. That is it for that series. And, well, we're going to send you over to Jess, who's going to have something to say with the winners there of that series. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you, OD Pixel. What a game, what a series. That was very impressive to watch. Well, first of all, my first question is, in Game 2, I noticed that the first 2 heroes you guys drafted were the Bane and Wisp, which were, of course, the first 2 heroes that Alliance had drafted in Game 1. Can you explain the reasoning behind those picks?
I mean, the combo Bane Wisp is like really good, like set up with the sleep and the ulti. It's pretty strong laner, like for duel lanes, which usually run with the Wisp. So yeah, it's just a combination that both us and Alliance seem to appreciate. And yeah, it's not like we try to just let's run their strat or something. It's just a good combo.
And in game 2, Alliance, it looked like they had taken an early lead and had great map control until about minute 35. How were you guys able to turn that game around?
I mean, a couple of good plays for coming out from Wimp, we went on the Enigma with we got our BKBs as well, and I don't know, we just kind of, Era got out of control with his farm, we took map control with the gym and the Wisp relocation, so yeah, that's pretty much it.
And then game 3, you took an early advantage, and it was kind of back and forth in there. First of all, can you explain how you took the advantage so early on? And then second of all, what were some of the emotions you were feeling as the game was so back and forth?
Like, the Naga is not particularly good in the early game, even more so in team fights and early clashes. So we were pretty confident in our ability to fight them early on and take tier 1 towers. We felt a little bit pressured when they finally were able to get some pickoffs and reach our base, but we seemed to manage pretty well. We had lots of harmonious reports with Midas and such like that.
And finally, you've made it to the lower bracket finals. Are you prepared for the at least one best of 5 and the possible 2 best of 5s that you'll have to be competing in tomorrow?
Yes, definitely. I hope we'll learn some from the losses against both VP and Navi, actually. So yeah, I think we should be more prepared than we have been in the past against them.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations again on that spectacular win. We're going to go ahead and take another commercial break, and after that, we'll be back with Shiver and the analyst desk.